Live breaking news, everybody. Is Kamala Harris an alcoholic? Check out this first video, and I'm going to share you a couple of clips, even one from today. This is trending all over online, especially on X, Twitter. Make sure you follow me on X at Professor Nez. Law enforcement specialists, personnel, long-standing veterans are all chiming in and saying this woman, if she was behind the wheel of a vehicle, she would get pulled over and she would get arrested for a DUI. And like now, like I'm watching some of these clips, and especially the ones I'm going to share with you. Holy macadamia nut! It makes sense. Check out this one.
Everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, "I don't know what's wrong with you young people.
What's she doing?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?"
Oh my God.
You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
What? Okay, so a lot of you guys remember the coconut tree clip that I just played. I mean, that one it really brings it to light once this is kind of becoming more and more evident. Here is the clip where she was in Madison that actually kind of started the sort of snowball effect of a lot of speculation. Like, this woman is 100% intoxicated. And the more I go back, I'm not even sharing with you all the clips that I've seen, but the more that I've gone back, I've been doing a lot of research today. Holy mackerel. It all makes sense. When there's no teleprompter and she's completely scriptless, this is why she's not, I'll talk about more about this. Oh my God, there's so much to talk about. But watch this. This is the clip that started it all. Watch her movements, her mannerisms, her gesticulations, the inflection and nuance in her voice. Watch this.
Because when we think about the strength of our democracy, I think that there's a duality to the nature of democracy. When it's intact, it's so strong in terms of what it does to uphold and protect individual rights and freedoms. So strong in its nature. And it is very fragile. It will only be as strong as our willingness to fight for it.
I can't wait to read your comments, but I have to say this really quickly. As somebody who has worked as a bartender, I ran my own catering company at one point in my 20s. We've been around a lot of intoxicated and inebriated people, and I can tell you right now, watching that last clip and her very kind of unstable mannerisms and gestures and her arms swinging like that and her voice, it is just, whoa. It is definitely something to consider. We talk about presidents, taking cognitive tests, but taking a breathalyzer test before becoming president, taking a drug test before becoming president, I think it's warranted in this case.
Our extraordinary President Joe Biden.
Look at her face.
And he's going to speak in a minute, but there's a lot of love in this room for our president.
She is weird. She is so weird. I can't wait to read your comments. Let me know, what do you think? Holy mackerel, is she weird. Everything about her is weird. And then this was just from today. She was in Pennsylvania wearing Converse shoes with this weird outfit. It's so funny how they call the Republicans weird. There is nothing about this individual. I was almost going to say, I just can't. I can't call her a human being. I can't even call her a woman. She is just a vile, weird, phony, LAD to the max, lion-ass dog, vermin of a creature. And if she becomes president, I'm telling you, my fellow Americans, Nez Nation, we are doomed. We are doomed with a capital O-O, double goose egg, doomed. This is from today. And she gives this weird diatribe completely out of left field. You can almost tell by the faces of Tampon Tim's wife and her husband. They're kind of like, what the frick are you talking about? This whole idea, there's a dichotomy to democracy. On the one hand, it's, what are you talking about? Watch this.
That's what our election is about. Our election is about understanding the importance of this beautiful country of ours in terms of what we stand for around the globe as a democracy.
She's high as a kite.
As a democracy, we know there's a duality to the nature of democracy. On the one hand, incredible strength when it is intact. What it does for its people to protect and defend their rights, their liberty, and their freedom.
So embarrassed.
Incredibly strong. And
here it is.
Incredibly fragile.
What's fragile about it? On the one hand, it's strong and beautiful. On the other hand, it's fragile. What the hell does that mean? If anybody is responsible for the fragility of our democracy, it's you, you lion-ass dog, phony, corrupt, deceitful, dishonest, troglodyte, cackling, drunken. I mean, what are you? What are you, Kamala? If there's anybody on planet Earth who has zero qualifications, didn't earn a single vote, single primary, destroyed California as an attorney general, destroyed San Francisco as the district attorney, was literally a DEI pick for vice president, didn't earn it. President Biden even admitted, it's in stone. It's written on the White House government website that she is the ultimate DEI pick. You have no qualifications, no credentials, no ethos, no credibility. If anybody's responsible for the fragility of democracy, it's you. Am I nuts? Tell me I'm nuts. Let me know. I'm happy to be wrong. Because look, according to the quote unquote polls, this lion-ass dog, this LAD, give me an LAD at least in the comments. Give me that. This LAD could become president. And as much as I can't even bear the thought of that actually occurring, I love my country. I'm never giving up on my country. Oh, that can't happen. I don't want to think about it. It cannot happen, will not happen, shan't happen, shouldn't happen. But God forbid. I mean, if you listen to the polls, God knows. By the way, have you been polled? Here's a question. Have you been polled personally? Because some of these polls, the fact that anybody has the audacity to say neck and neck, the fact that anybody is actually voting for this band of clowns is beyond me. Have you been polled personally in As Nation? Let me know in the comments if you've ever been polled. By the way, her own base is turning on her. CNN, the New York Times, the Washington Post called her economic plan a gimmick. I want to play this video for you. Back when she ran for president, this is really revealing. This video talks about how her campaign became unraveled. She was the most unpopular choice back in 2020. And one of the reasons her campaign advisors and the leadership of her campaign, consultants, etc., they quit was because she was an unmitigated disaster and she didn't have a plan or a strategy. Listen to this.
How Kamala Harris's campaign unraveled. They obtained the resignation letter of the Harris campaign state operations director, who is now joining the Bloomberg campaign. She wrote, "It is unacceptable that with less than 90 days until Iowa, we still do not have a real plan to win. Our campaign for the people is made up of diverse talent, which is being squandered by indecision and a lack of leaders who lead." Molly, that is rough stuff. You wrote a fantastic cover story on Kamala Harris about a month ago or so. I'm sure, based on what your reporting has been, a lot of this isn't really a surprise to you.
No, what's a surprise is that she has failed to turn it around despite literally months and months and months of hearing this kind of frustration.
Does that sound familiar? That was back in 2020, y'all. Does that sound familiar? No policies. She has one, no tax on tips. She has an economic plan that is completely out of the blueprint of Karl Marx and Engels and communism. What else does she stand for? What else does she believe in? She's trying to separate herself from Biden's record, but she can't do that because she was vice president. She lied to the American people, did not tell the American people the truth. She was around him for every single day in the past 4 years, and she didn't have the guts, the chutzpah, the honor, the integrity to tell the American people, look, this guy's he can't run. This guy can't be president. He's completely out of it. He's just not there. Everybody knew years ago, we all knew she should have told the truth. So does that sound familiar? I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. I can't wait to get your comments on this. Let me know down below. This is picking up steam. Wouldn't that just break all ratings records if in the middle of the debate, Trump just said, you know what? I brought something with me, and he brings up a law enforcement officer to give her a breathalyzer test right on the air, to do a blood sample so to see what her blood level, alcohol level is. That would be a mic drop moment. That would be such a powerful moment. Oh my goodness, that would just end it all right there. Can you imagine if Trump did that? If I was Trump's advisor, I would be like, bring that up right now. If you're so certain of yourself of not being an alcoholic, take a breathalyzer test. I brought somebody here. Take a test. I brought somebody here with me. Come on, Al. Wouldn't that be cool? Let me know in the comments what you think. I throw this off to you. Based on what you've seen, based on what you heard, is this just a nasty rumor, a completely off-base thing to say, or is there some substance to this? I would love to hear from you. As always, if you made it this far, sign up for our free newsletter. If you haven't, you're always going to be in the know. That's in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. Consider becoming a member. It only costs you a cup of coffee a month to do that, and it supports our channel. You get access to our members-only Discord and so much more. Consider that as well. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. Tap that thumbs up so we can get it out to more people. And as always, Nez Nation, God bless you, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.